Live. Hello, Timetians, from all regions and time zones that this live broadcast is able to reach. It's 5 p.m., 5:10 p.m. in the UAE, and the sun is still high up there. And I might have to lower down the blinds. We see the reflections. I didn't prepare for this. Anyways, in this live broadcast is tonight, today, whatever time zone, it's going to be different from the previous ones. It's not going to be a lecture. It's not going to be a classroom type discussion, but rather more of a YouTube reaction live. It's not a reaction video, but it's a reaction live on the previous TMEC videos that I uploaded. So all types of reaction, if that means to vilify myself, then be it. No, what I mean, we will be dealing with the content and the video itself. Just one moment. So let me turn this off. I intended actually to do this live using my laptop and be doing this, the normal reaction software that they're using, this the one we're using with this OBS, but it didn't work. Now let me see. This is a really sluggish laptop I have here, and I'm wondering if it will work well tonight for the whole duration of this live broadcast. But before anything else, we have to do this thought of the day. Of course, we do this all the time. Whenever we do this live show, live broadcast, whatever you call it, then we have to do this. All right, so we'll be doing the old school. We are not using the technology so much as we are supposed to. So, thought of the day, TOD. The great thing in this world is not so much where we stand as in what direction we are moving. By Oliver Wendell Holmes Sr. I don't know this guy, but whoever he is, he's a wise man. So the great thing in this world, he says, is not so much where we stand. Meaning, it is not your position, it is not your riches that is really great in this world. You are a president. Well, it's great. But what kind of president are you? What kind of leader are you? Do you have a sense? Are you managing well the organization? What direction are you headed to? In anywhere, in anything, in any circumstance, in any situation, I agree with this author. I subscribe to his idea that the great thing in this world is not so much where we stand as in what direction. So meaning to say, it is the direction of our life is all that matters. You have everything, but you're not happy because you don't know what's your real purpose. So that means there's a hollow inside. There's no direction, there's no sense. And everything else will not make sense. So, again, this is our thought during this live broadcast. The great thing in this world is not so much where we stand as in what direction we are moving. Did you understand? All right. So, there are three things that will be playing a big role in tonight's or in today's live coverage, live broadcast. This laptop, this mobile right here, and of course your ESL engineer. I will always brand myself the ESL engineer from now on. I started from all sort of ESL teacher, language skills engineer, but I just want to associate it with even just the sound, the pronunciation, technical, or from data communication to language or to skills engineers, the soft skills. In fact, I lack this, to be honest. I lack the soft skills. And this is the reason why we are here. We're trying so hard, in fact. It is in trying that we perfect things. Perfection is a result of hard work. So I'm working hard to work on soft skills, on communication skills, how we work, how we play with the words. Play in a good sense, not to play around, Mathematicians, they play well with numbers, engineers. And therefore, if you think that you have an inclination to linguistic intelligence, then you have to, of course, practice. This is a skill. Skill is different from talent. Talent is something that has been innate to you when you were born. It's a gift. It's a gift from God. That means whether you like it or not, you already have a good voice. Nobody can practice, to have a good voice. You can practice the dynamics, the tune, how to be in tune with the notes. Well, you can enroll for a music major in music, or how do you call this? Conservatory, whatever. But your voice cannot be, if you don't have a good voice, then the sound will not be similar to those who have their own talent. So skills, communication skills, soft skills like this are learned, and it needs constant practice. All right, so where did we go? Okay, from the thought of the week, thought of the day, to the communication. So we have a very long introduction, and that's good. It's setting a mood of a good live broadcast. We're just doing a free talking, small talk. This is the way to learn how to be fluent, how to be eloquent. There are a lot of good speakers, public speakers, and orators, debaters that I look up to, and it's a shame that I cannot match even the stupidest of their skills. Anyway, It's a practice. Practice hard, work hard on it, and you'll get it. All right? Again, before we proceed to the main topic or the main event, this is the undercard. Okay? Thought of the day: the great thing in this world is not so much where we stand, as in what direction we are moving. It's a comparison of a status against the way you lived your life. You can be a king, you can be a prince, princess, a queen, but if you're not making sense in your life, if you're not living for a purpose, then that is not a great thing at all. All right? So now I'm becoming a pastor. All right, already. We are ready for the main event. All right, all right, and all right, and all right. Might as well restart the whole thing. Oh no, I think I have to do the incognito because it's taking so slow. This is a very low RAM, only 4 GB, and I work a lot every day, so it doesn't really have a fast speed. And shout out to the 21 Timetians who are tuned into this in today's live broadcast. I will just say it, broadcast. This is not a lecture as we used to do. Shout out to what's his account? Shout out to Romley Gaditano. He's a fellow YouTuber in the UAE. All right. Shout out to you and thank you for visiting. Now, let me look on my channel, Tomorrow English Center. So again, as I always say on my free talking, TMEC is an Ilocano word, means voice, tinig in Tagalog. So TMEC is the voice. So if you have the voice, then you will be heard, of course. If you don't speak up, there's no way they will hear, for example, your ideas or even grievances, your complaints, your ranting. But no, I decided and learned not to rant over the internet because nobody will. Perhaps they will, but nobody will care, in fact. So what for? Why not just make your life productive? Soon you will get something out of this. All right, so TMEC, the Marwell English Center. So when I decided on the name of the channel, of course, it has to be loosely patterned with TMEC. So I had some options, either channel, either club. So the Marwell English Club, the Marwell English Channel. But I finally decided to stick to the Marwell English Center. So Marwell is, of course, my brand name, my name. So this is the Marwell brand. And it's kind of a unique name. But I know there's Marwell Zoo. There are places that have this name. So I didn't know. My parents probably didn't know about this. They just tried to coin a name for me. In fact, there was a discrepancy in the spelling. This wasn't the correct spelling when I was young. Anyway, that's not the topic, maybe. All right, going to the channel. I'm not doing anything here. I'm not doing any. Yeah, it's the live one. I never made any modifications or anything that will change somehow. I leave that for another period of my vlogging journey. Okay, we start with the playlist. I just have 27 videos. I started this channel, this YouTube account was created way back in 2012. That was when I came to Dubai. So I never had an inclination to social media like Facebook and all this. When I was in Manila, I was just focused on my call center job and my part-time as ESL. I never had the chance doing all this. Hold on, I just need to reply to someone. My boss is on. She can see this, no? Hold on, guys. I'm very sorry. I need to answer my boss. This is already out of, Burj Khalifa. Okay, back to the business. 20 minutes, 42 seconds passed. And here we are still doing it's not clear. I need to increase the resolution. I should have prepared earlier on. My bad. Because I set it to 144. Perhaps we can go to the HD quality so that you guys, everyone can see it clearly. Look at this one. The very first video that I made on 18th of May, I started doing the vlogging on 18th of May. This was, of course, through my, through my roommate's invitation, who is doing a vlog also. Is doing a vlog on foods, cooking. In fact, you can search. It's Not an Art CV. What is CV? Cooking vlog. Not an Art CV. You can check on that later. Okay. So, I had no idea how to do the vlogging, obviously. Look at how I did on the first vlog. This was my welcome vlog. It was on a portrait. It was portrait, rather landscape, rather of landscape. So look, it doesn't look good. And following a course outline. And the topics range from basic to advanced. I don't know, every time the sound, those the topic, it changes whenever it's uploaded. Or perhaps I pronounce it wrong. I'll start again with the sound this time. All right. All right. Hello everyone, my name is Marwell and welcome to my YouTube channel, the Marwell English Center, where you can watch short but informative instructional videos for English grammar. My videos are uploaded in random following a course outline, and the topics range from basic to advanced. Name it, you have it. English is my passion, make it yours too. Right. So English is my passion, make it yours too. So I did this vlog. I'll stay here. I did this vlog primarily because this is my passion. I watched some successful vloggers, YouTubers around, and they are saying that if you have to have a content in a YouTube channel, it has to be your passion. It has to be your interest. Because obviously, if you will choose a topic that you're not really interested about and you're not really adept or you're not really passionate about, then you will lose. Number one, you will lose the interest in doing the vlogging itself. Because you're not interested in the topic. So it's going to be a domino effect. You're not interested doing the topic, you're not interested doing the vlog, then altogether you're not interested anymore. So I can do computer vlogging, but that's not my interest, my point of interest, that's in fact a Waterloo, I can do technical stuff like this, but I'm not happy. I'm not passionate about it. So it's set aside. I put aside. And so I can do swimming, but just a mediocre, just like a starter in swimming. So I cannot be an effective swim vlogger. So here, as I mentioned, English is my passion, and the videos are uploaded in random. So there's no module, there's no syllabus, there's no outline being used here. Whatever topic, and by the way, I'm just doing this by experiential method, meaning anything that I think is required or that I encounter on a daily basis, then those are the topics that I create. No, not I create. I deliver, and I do it without a system. So I explained that short video, 27 seconds video, welcome video for the channel. Explains well. It gives the idea as to what is expected in my channel. So I think we are good with this. English is my passion, make it yours too. So, meaning to say, the Timetians expected, the community that I will be forming, are inclined mostly in English. All right. I have to reply to an email. Just a second. I'll show my face so that you guys will remember my face. As these people are doing. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's go back to the same. We are doing old school. I really tried, I installed this. I really installed it, I worked it on the whole day today, and it didn't seem to be off. See, the OBS, not OBS Studio. I tried, and I even made a recording, but everybody will get upset because I look like a robot. My voice as well as my face, the video doesn't look good at all. So I opted to do this. Anyway, there are alternatives. If one way doesn't work, then we have to find another way. That's how people survive. All right. Going back to the TMEC video. So when I recorded this first video, I also recorded the second one. So it was done on the same day. So I was wearing the same. See, look at this one, opening on the chest portion. The best way to convince yourself, I subscribe to this idea. The best way to convince yourself to buy new clothes is to outsize them. Of course, if that doesn't fit you anymore because your body has hello. Shout out to Arij Yazir. Thank you for coming by. So the best way to convince yourself or your wife or whoever buys clothes for you is to outsize the clothes. But anyway, that was when lockdown was just lifted. So I somehow gained weight. Thank you to Arij Yazir. So, all right, there you go. Now that fits me well again, so I don't need to buy a new clothes. All right. Enjoy my videos.
Enjoy my
Please
videos
subscribe.
and please subscribe. So there were a lot of subscribers from then.
In this video, I will teach you how to analyze a sentence through a method called diagramming.
That was 18th of November, 18th of May. So May, June, July, 18, and today is the 25th, so 7. So I've been doing this for the past 9 weeks. And I'm working hard to get monetized. If you are not familiar about this, to get some ads, to get some revenue out of this. And of course, you expect that once ads are now included in the videos, are attached to the videos, then expect for better quality of videos and delivery. So this is why I'm doing a practice to get to know more of the community that I'm building. So it's not easy doing this in front of the camera, doing a live talk to people that I don't know, and who come and go, looking at, sneaking into this video, live video. Okay, I've been talking a lot and not instead reviewing the videos. All right.
Sentence diagram. The pictorial representation of the grammatical structure of a sentence. To diagram a sentence, we begin by drawing a horizontal line called the base.
All right. We take it from there. Of all topics that I could have used to launch my channel or to debut my channel, I selected diagramming. Diagramming is something that is not familiar to most students. I don't know, because they set it aside. They don't tackle in the secondary English textbooks. I don't know now if that has been revised or reviewed, whatever. But this is something that I associate my expertise, really expertise. Because if you are an engineer, so you are more on the technical side of things, like this one. If you're an engineer, computer engineer, you are not, because this is for the end user interface, as we call it. That means that is for those people who will just enjoy browsing, enjoy watching whatever. But behind all this, there's a motherboard, there are circuits that were planned, that were arranged, and all this stuff. And that's where the technical side of things lie. So this is why I premiered the channel, the launching of the channel, using this topic, because it's more of a technical aspect of English. So diagramming. So diagramming basics, and of course, when you diagram, you start with a simple sentence. And just the same,
Write the subject on
I'm still,
the left side.
and I use this board right here, and I'm still using a portrait orientation, so it looks like this. And when I uploaded this one, it wasn't clear because it was my first time and I didn't have an idea how to adjust the resolution to HD. Even if we have selected HD, the resolution doesn't look clear. Anyway, see.
If the verb has a direct object,
This was the same topic that I just discussed in previous live lecture. It doesn't obviously show that I'm in love with this topic.
by a vertical line that ends at the base. If the verb has a predicate, nominative, or
It's exactly the same way I discussed in the live. Of course, it's the same content, it's the same topic, just the delivery, and it was live. And
all modifiers of the subject, the verb,
obviously, if you're not inclined to this, then you get
or the direct object,
you get bored,
based
and you even get
on
upset,
the
perhaps.
baseline. Let us diagram a simple
Because it's like
sentence.
we are talking something that
I
has no
is a
relationship,
good
just like
girl.
for me.
Honestly,
Kylie's the
for
subject.
example. Okay. Anyway, there's nothing much to talk about this, so it's my time to talk about it related to diagramming. You know, I had a conversation with a math wizard. In fact, he is a mathematics instructor, teacher, we call it, teacher in senior high school in the Philippines, and he really admitted, he confessed that he hates English very well, very much. Yeah, because you are inclined to mathematics, and it's understood. You understand that most mathematicians, arithmetic inclined or arithmetic intelligent people are really not into English. And so I told him, well, I'm trying to understand the relationship or the difference between mathematics and English and why people mostly hate both of them. But you know what? I'm trying to be biased if I say that I love mathematics. I can do mathematics, I can teach mathematics, but that's not here. That's not inside of me. I never learned mathematics by heart. I learned mathematics because I needed to pass or excel on the examinations I'm preparing for the following day, for tomorrow or following month. Because I think that one is, this is my idea, okay? Mathematics for me, like the theoretical method, theoretical part of it, like we do calculate this series, you know, this linear equation and all this. Those are lessons that you cannot really integrate into the real world. Just like calculating all these x, y, in algebra, in calculus, as x approaches zero, what is the limit? You know, differential equations, differential calculus. And in the end, there are devices or machines that do the calculation for the humans. We just input the value and the machine processes it all, and voila, we have the result. You don't need to use the thing between your ears. But in communication, I understand that this is a daily necessity of humans. Well, of course, you can say no, I don't need this. But we cannot not communicate. Meaning to say, positive, negative, and negative, we cannot, we can never, we cannot not communicate. Because we are a social being. Social being, meaning we are meant to communicate to each other. And we need to have a good communication skills. All right, now I'm doing a lot of things beyond what is, I'm talking about of things that are not meant to be. I'm diverting away from tonight's topic, obviously. Let me check. Live chat. Yeah, thank you to the fellow YouTubers who passed by, who dropped by, really, to this live lecture. No, not a lecture. Live. It's not a live show either, you know. It's just a live broadcast. Live talk, perhaps. All right. There's not much to review in this video. Okay. The following day, no, what did I say? Save to watch later, no. The following day, I guess, following day or 2 days later, I went back to the TMEC
classroom to do another. Yeah, I was wearing a different shirt. So meaning to say, yeah, it's another day. All right. So as soon as I noticed that the difference in the orientation, okay, it didn't look good in the first and second video. So I realized that I did wrong. So it has to be on landscape orientation, not on portrait. So I was able to do the, and now you can see the HD quality of the video, because I uploaded on HD quality. So even if I do the full screen, see my wrinkles, my mustache. No, there's no mustache. All right, let's play. Wow. I have a good RAM, a good memory in the laptop. I'm doing slow motion. The video is good, but the audio is not working well. Okay, compound sentence. So that's the installment, the second installment of the diagramming that I made. So I didn't finish. I made another recording. This time, the first time I made my videos, I did this, the usual sentences, just to show the structure, and it was a suggestion by a fellow Lycean, Kuya Wendell, that I will use the thoughts of the week for the example sentences, just like what our teacher used to do when we were in high school. So I went back to my thought of the week notebook, the small notebook that I showed you last time. I want to see it. I can show you later. And I looked on the example sentences, and I came with this. See? So I can see it's a better quality of video, but the audio is not working. It's because of the laptop that I'm using. Okay. So why do I keep saying so? That's my filler, and I should avoid it. If you notice, most of the YouTube channels, they have an intro video. But until now, I've been working on it, but it is not completed. So if you can see the progress, okay? First, it's a portrait video that I made and not on HD quality. And now I have a good quality video. It's a shame that I cannot play it well because of the memory of my laptop. Anyway, let's skip. I don't mean to vilify myself, because there are many videos with a lot of bloopers. The bad thing about me is whenever I shoot the video, I really am in a hurry to do the editing and uploading at the same time, one after the other. Shoot, edit, and upload. I don't have a break. I don't give a break. I don't do some reviews. And only at the time it was uploaded that I see the mistakes, the bloopers, and all stuff. I cannot do anything else, What is done is done. Anyway, that is a YouTuber's life. Okay. See, wow, I really like it because it's a HD quality. Here, I actually made towards the end of this, I cropped it, and it was cropped and I lost the original video, and I couldn't retrieve it, so it ends like this. So I know, see, 5:55, 6:04, 6:05, 6:08, and that's it. Finish. There was no goodbye, there was no wrap up, and there was no, what else? Outro. Okay, this one, types of sentence, is also a funny video. Notice this one. Oh my god. What am I doing right there? This window is showing a black, or it's a reflection now. Yeah, it's a reflection, meaning it is dark outside. So it's only the start of the video. And as the video progresses, you will notice, wow, even this one is not cooperating. See? Suddenly it became bright outside. So either I did it at dawn, daybreak, and then it suddenly became bright outside. It's the other way around. I had a mistake in the opening, or I forgot to say something. I did this in the afternoon, late afternoon. It was dusk, you know. All right. This one has been recorded, and also I had a live video for the same topic. Now, when I'm not a good voiceover, look at this one. You know, when I watch the people who have a good voice and are voiceover talents, artists, wow, I really want to shake my hands with them and praise them. Because they really do a good job doing a voiceover. They are real persons. But now I saw from some marketing companies that they're doing the voiceover by a machine. They're saying that next time do not hire a voiceover artist. Look at this one. When I made this voiceover,
and here is the bonus sentence type in this video. The complex
voice is
sentence.
not really good. And
To better understand this type of sentence, let us go back to the complex sentence. So a complex sentence, in order to be called as such,
and even the pronunciation is terrible. The enunciation is terrible, I can tell. But anyway, I'm learning. So I took the challenge. I told myself, this is a way to learn. I can learn only if I try it. If you want to swim, of course, if you want to swim in an open water, that means in the sea, only by the time you go to the sea and to the river and to wherever, open water, that you dip in there and swim and practice, that you will learn how to swim in an open water. So this is it. I did what I did. I did what I had to do. No, that's a My Way song. I just did it, and I'm just laughing over my mistakes, all the bloopers. Anyway, this is nothing serious. Nobody is going to sue me because I made a mistake in the pronunciation, or my voice wasn't good at all.
English grammar.
English grammar.
Here, the subordinating conjunction
is because
this is my channel is the independent clause. It can stand alone as a sentence.
I guess we are good with this
because
video.
I love teaching English grammar.
we can proceed to the next vlog. You know, I should have named the videos vlog number 1, vlog number 2, but I didn't. So it's not easy to refer to those videos. Okay. Now here is the video that I got a dislike for the very first time. And it's dislikable, I understand. Whoever disliked it, I agree with him. Where? Because I was in rush, you know. Those times I had this frenzy over the YouTube. I had this obsession, you know. I thought to myself, if I can make videos every day, new videos every day, then that would be great. So this.
What's up, guys? This is Marvin.
Look at this one. I started well with a good
we all have
condition.
Persons that we look up to, who have so much influence in our lives,
Wow.
learning things.
I made a background. I made a background. I put a background music to somehow neutralize. Look at this.
I overcame them.
I could have made a better
church
one.
Lecturer and commentator in high school, and by accident a debater during my university days.
This is like
I
maalaala
was
pa
once
kaya
a
or
part-time ESL teacher back
MK,
in Manila, where I taught Chinese, Japanese, and Korean nationals of all
wow.
age levels. Here in Dubai, I also teach ESL to
And soon to teach
as a
Russian.
sideline.
Russians.
And in today's video, I
I'm
would like
claiming
to
it.
dedicate this as a tribute to my great teacher.
Yeah, I think she's upset with me with this
I will be
very
reciting
poor quality.
an oratorical piece.
The video quality is good, but the
She taught
content,
us
the delivery
when we were
isn't.
seniors at LOA.
Alright. The two standards. And look at how it was pronounced there. Standard.
Two standards.
The two standards.
Father Oratorical.
I think this is where I will focus most of the time.
Life.
Because whenever you make a speech, well, I'll be touching some of, I will be touching some of public speaking, oration, or this. So whenever, as I was taught, I'm not an expert on this, but of course, you cannot give what you do not have. So what I have is what I'm giving. So, whenever you make a speech, deliver a speech, the very first line sets the mood already. It should set the mood or the quality of your speech. So if you start with a very sleepy sound, then that already sets the mood of even the listeners. They would lose their interest. Look at this. Life is a warfare between two standards, but it's very different the way I did it. But I couldn't revert this, you know. I couldn't avert, I should say. And it was very close. In fact, I could have adjusted, you know, because there's nothing to focus. I'm not using a board.
Standards.
Wow.
The
Standard of Christ and the standard of Satan. It is a warfare.
It is a warfare older than the world.
Older than the world. What is this?
For it began with the revolt of the angels. It is a warfare.
Wide. Because it's wide, so you make it wide.
Wide is the world.
It rages in every nation.
Rages in every nation.
Every city. In the heart.
Every city.
Look at the heart.
In the heart.
In the heart of every man.
Every man.
Satan desires
all men
to come under his standard, and to this end lures them with riches,
and to this
honor.
end lures them with riches.
In oration is a little bit faster than
Honor.
declamation.
Power.
All that ministers to the lust and pride of man.
All that ministers to the last.
Yeah, I really need to focus on this one because it has a lot of bloopers. Christ, on the contrary, invites all, not all.
To fight under his standard.
To fight, there's a T, fight, under his standard.
He offers no worldly allurement.
No, whenever we have to specify or stress, this is what we call in speech. Hold on. Why am I doing this now? Maybe they will ask what authority do I have. In speech, there's a thing we call as subordination. Subordination is below, and emphasis. There are words that we emphasize whenever we talk. For example, adjectives, adverbs. No, there are no worldly allurements. So what we're stressing, what we are highlighting is no, not, never, all this stuff like this. Just a trivia. It's not a trivia, it's a general knowledge. Okay?
Born an outcast.
Born an outcast.
Raised.
Raised, it's a Z sound. Raised in poverty.
Rejected as a teacher.
Rejected as a teacher. Betrayed by his friend.
Betrayed by his friend.
Crucified as a criminal.
Crucified as a criminal.
But you know,
But
I
Jesus,
know
the
this,
Son of Man,
honestly, I know this by heart. I have to confess this. But there was a mistake as well in this video. Because I doubted myself, I doubted my memory. So I searched on the internet this video, this oratorical piece. And I got it wrong. I just realized it was wrong when I already finished uploading and watched it over and over, checking on, laughing at myself, vilifying myself. I chided myself for doing that grave mistake. Anyways. So, here I missed one stanza. My classmates in high school would perhaps agree to this.
also Jesus, the
See? This one,
Son of God.
this is already it should be. But Jesus, the Son of Man, no. Where shall I, Christ, no, wait, let's hear. Go back to this portion.
Is also Jesus, the Son of God.
God.
And therefore, his followers shall not become
See? It should not be, and therefore his followers must be ready to suffer what he suffered. This is what I mean, this line. Poverty, persecution, betrayal, at times, even death. See? I missed that line. I should have created another video, but I was busy. I should have made an addendum or corrigendum or erratum video, but I was looking for the right opportunity to do this, and I believe tonight is the appropriate time to highlight or point out on this mistake and correct it. So, and therefore, his followers must be ready to suffer what he suffered. This is the missing line. I went straight to this. But Jesus, the Son of Man,
They are certain of
this
ultimate
one.
victory.
Against them, the gates of hell cannot prevail.
Against them, the gates of hell cannot prevail.
The powers of darkness shall
The
splinter
powers of darkness shall splinter before
their splendid battalions. And look at how I pronounce this one.
battalions. Battle scarred.
You know, the bottle scarred. Bottle is the bottle where you drink something, wine, beer, whatever. Battle. This one is the battle of Mactan, the battle of Satan and Christ. See? So it's a mistake again. I said the bottle. Battle scarred but resplendent. They shall enter into glory.
They shall enter into glory
With Christ, their King, like a sound. King. Two armies. Two. TW, two.
standards.
Two standards.
Two general.
And to every man there comes the imperious cry of command.
And to every
That's
man
already the
there
climax of the speech. So you can, speak on
the
the top of your
imperious cry
voice,
of command.
top of your lungs.
Choose.
Christ or Satan.
Or
Choose. So you're emphasizing
Satan.
the command. Choose.
Choose.
How can they choose if choose? There's no effort. There's no strength.
Sanctity or sin.
Sin is a short I. Because if you say sin is the past participle form of see. See, so, sin.
Or hell.
So sin, short,
And-
short I.
In the choice he makes
Is summed up.
is summed up
The life
of every man.
So that's the conclusion. So it's obviously a not so good video I made there. But I couldn't take it off the channel. It has been uploaded, it has been viewed, and the videos are counted. Look at this one. This is another thing. I'm so funny. I'm just laughing about this. I'm laughing over this. Look at it. I completely this was a holiday. There was a holiday then. It was in May. Yeah, May 24th. This was a holiday. There was a holiday in Dubai, and I thought of doing this crazy stuff, without tidying up, just doing all this. And look at this one, it was a Sunday day, we couldn't, the Burj Khalifa wasn't visible. Well, this one is closer, that's why I understand that it is more visible, this Burj Al Arab. But this Burj Khalifa is really, really funny thing, it's a funny thing that's showing here. No, not this one. But without the sand, if it wasn't a sandstorm day, if there was no sandstorm at that time, then we could have seen visibly the Burj Khalifa. Okay. Now going to the examples that I made for the long O and the long I. It's so funny. I look at this one because it was more of an impromptu or an on-the-spot video taking that I made. Normally, when I prepare my material, of course, I download some from the internet. And this one, I didn't bring anything. I just thought, wrote in a small notebook or in a small sheet of paper what I'm going to say and all this. the gist of what I'm going to say, and all the rest I was just thinking over during the time I was doing the shooting. So I ran out of examples, and I was really laughing at myself, looking at the examples that I made. Toast, because the topic was about interchangeable, long O and short O. Why did I say toast and toast? They're not interchangeable at all, you know. So toast, I could have selected toes, my toes, my knees. So TOES without a T. That is more of an toes, because sometimes you can say my toes. No, my toes. Toes, knees, and parts of the body. And raincoat. Raincoat is a compound word, and I was using coat as a word that has a short O sound. Anyway, of course you guys noticed this. You did notice this, and it was really funny. I'm just laughing at this. That is learning, you know. This is from whenever you do this, the IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet for English. You know, there's an International Phonetic Alphabet for the information of the Timetians for all languages. And how to read, you know, like in the dictionary, you can see that has been amended. They have a new IPA with the schwa sound, the the o, everything, round, the long. If I were a linguistic specialist, you know, I can do this. You know, I could do a speech laboratory. But that's so ironic, you know, having a trouble with the pronunciation myself, and then I will be teaching pronunciation. I guess that's magic. Okay, I will call it magic. You know, I've come across with other YouTubers, and they are really good. I have someone, she's based in Maryland, I guess Maryland or somewhere in the USA, and she's doing also English channel. She has a good enunciation, good pronunciation, and she's really doing well. I wish I could do a collaboration work with her somehow. Yeah. All right, so this one, the parable of the lost sheep. This is not even a sentence, but I put a period right after that. So I don't know what was I thinking when I did this video. But obviously I was so tired doing this promotion thing. You know, I work with other YouTubers, small-time YouTubers. We promote our channels to each other, and we subscribe and all this stuff, YouTubers thing. So obviously I was tired, I was sleepless, but I was, you know, I had this strong mind to do this, do the shooting, to do the vlogging. And that was the time, if you will notice, hold on. So here, so I have to shout out my nephew, Nick Eugene. This is now the time that I have an outro. This was made by my nephew, Nick Eugene. They are in Japan. And I haven't thanked him officially. Of course, I thanked him when he sent this to me. But over the YouTube world, I never had the chance to say thank you and give him a big shout out for a good job he made. Because I'm not really inclined into doing some videos like that. But when I get monetized, of course, I have to get out from the box, and you know, and I'll be doing all stuff like this to develop a good video, a good quality I'll be doing intro and all this stuff like this. But for now, let it be like this. Let it be as organic as possible. Okay, and as well, during this vlog, it was my first time to integrate travel, tourism. Because I was thinking I'm in a place of tourism. This country is exuding in tourist spots, man-made particularly. And I cannot forgive myself if I will not make use of this opportunity. So from then on, I started doing the integration of travel and education in the single video. So if you will notice in my succeeding videos, I tried as much as possible, as much as I can, to introduce travel, integrate travel into this education content. Imagine, it's 72 minutes past and I've been talking and talking and talking. So can you imagine? I think I really have the ability to talk if given the chance, just talking and talking. Even if the listeners are already upset. But there are really, I remember from the university days, there were a lot of keynote speakers, whether it is for a course-related symposium or something like a recollection for student leaders. I had been an audience to several inspiring speakers. Like whenever they speak, even if they talk the whole day long, you don't get tired listening to them. They really have a gift. They know how to connect to their audience, and you don't really get bored. You don't get sick and tired of listening to them. But for me, I don't have that gift. I don't have that skill. I'm learning still. Because I've been stuck. Stuck is S-T-O-C-K. Stuck, S-T-U-C, stuck on you. I've been stuck in this industry. No, not in this industry. Okay, I rather not talk about it. Okay. So, there you go, the so. Next, here's another thing. I intended this vlog, in fact, to the children. But the type is like it's a Marvel comic, or it's a comic video, And then I had these children, Supposedly this is for children, and I could have made a voiceover about all this. But I left it like that. But this is true. There are 4 macro skills. Writing, reading, like all this. Listening, speaking. But above all, if you are to master the 4 macro skills, then you have to start from here. And I'm starting all over again. Honestly. I'm starting all over again thinking in English. Because as I noticed, I couldn't, the eloquence that I used to have, eloquence. The eloquence that I used to possess, what kind of words I'm using, has gone. Has not gone all overnight, but it has gone for 9 years. Living in a non-English speaking country, then of course that is perhaps natural. So I keep using this. This is my trademark. If you really want to excel in the 4 Macro skills: reading, writing, speaking, listening. Train your mind to think in English. Just like what I'm doing now. What I'm telling you is being taught in English. I'm thinking in English, and what I'm going to say is, I mean, the mouth will just deliver, the lips will just deliver what the mind has thought of to say. I don't need to think from Ilocano, and somewhere in between there will be a translator and going out. No. So it starts from here, goes out like a waterfalls. Whatever is the color of the water coming from from above, from the up source, then it will be the same color. There will be no changes. So this is the secret. Even if you're taking the IELTS examinations, then you will agree that thinking in English is in fact a big factor in determining if you will pass or not. Okay? Think in English. They call it the 4 macro skills, the big skills, like a macro and microeconomics. The macro is the whole country, of course. All right.
Hello there.
Look at this one.
And
You know, this is silly. I thought of doing a vlog similar to like a talk show, like on the corner. I used our residence lobby in this. But look at this one. I was wearing my cap, my jersey, and I was doing but I thought it was funny. And look at this one. The title is there, and there, the proper usage.
we are
But when I watch again the video, I just realized that I only discussed the difference between there and there. There for the contraction of they are, and there for the
background.
possessive case. But there, in fact, there is not so much interchangeable with the two.
Confusion among there, and
Yes, the two words like this.
there.
But there are some who interchange it. But I really do not get it. I don't get the idea
Well, it has
that there are chances of interchanging. That is why, how can you compare the difference if you really cannot see the difference, or like a problematic? There's no problem at all. So how can you identify the problem in the first place if there's no problem to be identified? Anyways, that was from a
or we went there
source,
last year.
from a reference material that I just read. Okay, it seems like my
Is used also
laptop is not helping me.
a point in action or speech.
So presentation wise, I don't know if it's
Stop
passing.
there.
No, delivery wise. Now the presentation, when I say the presentation is the actual,
For
I mean my
applause.
my appearance. Look at the way I did this. I was wearing a,
It is also used in a certain manner,
and I was just like a crazy guy doing this, while people
particular or
go
respect
in, come out, go in,
his anger
come in and out, because it was a reception. It was a lobby for the building.
was
Anyways.
justified.
It has how many views? No, this is 827 views, but I think this is already 1,000 views. So it's always delayed anyway. So
Also used in.
so why will I take it out from or take it off from the channel uploads
Or
if
that
it's
place
helping
where you are.
in the watch hours and in the views. So keep it as it is, and there are good times to replace them soon. Once we get monetized, perhaps we have to do some
Aside from
refurbishing
it's
or okay, clean up. All right, we have next this one. This is the next video. This next video is in fact a very helpful video for me. It's a 10-second video. It's a 10-second video and it was helpful. You know, there are 883 views. You know, it's YouTube has a lot of, you know, workarounds. YouTubing. Yeah, if you're a YouTuber, then you're YouTubing. There are many things that perhaps a non-YouTuber wouldn't understand, but this helped me a lot in promoting my channel on those days, back on those days. Because I really work hard to promote the channel and obtain 1,000 subscribers. So this 10 seconds video helped me a lot. My fellow YouTubers will surely understand what is this. Okay, this one. Next, mispronounced English words. This, look at this one.
It is
I forgot to fill. You know, there's when I do a video editing.
Number one.
When I do a video editing, there is an option to transform the page or the video itself if it will cover the whole page, which I left out. Look at this. It should be from here to here, but no, because I needed to crop the video so that screen will be focused, particularly this whiteboard. Otherwise, because it was taken from a far, it was taken far from the whiteboard, so I needed to focus. So all these words: weary, bearer, villa, cupboard, draft, archive, guitarist, granite, almond, salmon, trainer. All these are experiential, honestly, because I pronounced when I was in high school archive, guitarist. You know, this guitarist is common because we have this guitarista in Tagalog or in Spanish, guitarista. So guitarista, so guitarist, but that's wrong, guitarist. I should have added also ceremony. Now I hear a lot of, you know, this graduation ceremony. Some would say still, they've been doing this every year. They're still saying graduation ceremony. It's not ceremony, it's ceremony. So perhaps I can redo another mispronounced words. This is just based on what I hear on a daily basis. So I only had 10 because I intended to have a short video, and indeed it was how many minutes? 2 minutes and 56 seconds. So really it was a quick video. Still, I would like to thank these 16 Timetians who are in the house, patiently tuning in for this live talk show. It became a talk show rather than a lecture. All right. So we have 87 minutes, so that's already 1 hour and 27 minutes. I think we still have half an hour to go. All right. Only that there's a reflection. This is the problem. You cannot. It was focused, yes, correct, but there was a reflection of the ceiling, the lights in the ceiling. Anyway, if you can still read it, yeah, I can still read it. It's readable though. Weary, bearer, villa, vanilla, cupboard, draft. I ordered a drought beer. Yes, this is a true experience. I ordered a drought beer and a rose wine. Oh my God. Because I've never been into, restaurants and all stuff like this in the Philippines. I always go there, but I don't order for myself because I always go with a group, with my teammates and all. So, when I ordered a draft beer, I said, how much is your drought beer? Because they have this, price list. Draft beer, rose wine, red wine, white wine. It's a rose wine. It's rosé. It's a pink wine. Rosé. So don't order a drought beer and a rose wine. Draft beer and rosé. Okay. This is my most watched video, but this was my most criticized video. It's sometimes, if there's a criticism, then that ignites the curiosity, that triggers the curiosity of the viewers most of the time. So this one, I forgot to crop the video, so you cannot. No, not this one. There's another one. I'm sorry. I'm one step ahead. This one, I ran out of marker. So in the end, towards the end of the video, I used a stabilo to summarize what I was going to, point. I was trying to point out what was the mistake violated in each of the example. And like this one, I needed to add this because not all phrasal verbs, okay, not all verb phrase have the base form. If it is a like will have, does make, that's correct. But if we are using like will be having, will be waiting, these are using the participle, the present participle, present progressive rather, then that is the time that the base form of the main verb is, the form of the main verb is not in the base form because it's going to be on a present progressive form, or in the progressive form, simply. I believe I will be doing some exercises or practice videos for tag question because I hear some speeches still using, I don't know if this is a really violation, but as to what I've learned, whenever we ask a question at the end, like, do you want this, right? Even in formal speeches in schools, I hear this mistake. Is it a mistake? Indeed, I think yes. Do you want this? Don't you? So the first sentence is a declarative sentence. No, do you want this? You do want this. You do want this. It's a declarative. And then you want to question to make it, turn it into a question, then you say, you do want this, don't you? You do want this, right? Or no? That's a mistake. Of course, in a colloquial speech, we can forgive this. You know, it's in a normal or a daily conversation. Then we can say, you want it? Right. No. Yeah, something. But we rather use a tag question to sound more professional. They are coming, right? No. They are coming, aren't they? So the first sentence is in a positive, yeah, just say it's in positive, in positive citation. How do you call it? I'll study more on tag questions, and I will be preparing one video on this. You know, when I'm trying to watch some same content channels at the same, channels with the same content, they are really working on the little things that are forgotten. Next time I will be doing a video on the articles, because articles are really nothing, it's like very negligible, but the articles can change your quality of speech. I think I need to switch on the light. Hold on. I'm back, and myself, I'm still doing the lecture. Yeah, it shows clearly. So I think this is not the one. Okay, we forward this, and I'll show you. I'm gonna show you the mistake, the one I was referring to, when I ran out of ink. Yeah, I was doing a wrap up of the topic, and I couldn't wait. I can just run to the grocery store, the supermarket, and buy a new one. See, look at this. I was doing the summary with a stabilo. Who can read this? Verb usage, word choice. Even here, I couldn't read it. So please forgive me. No. That has 1,062 views. Now it's already 1.2 something. Okay. Let's proceed to the next video. Why I'm not using the mouse? I'm making my life hard. Yeah. So from here, I started to, you know, do this end videos. I forgot how do you call this. But anyways, yeah. This is 1.5 thousand views. This is where I got several complaints because I admit I really forgot to crop the video and I needed a board to explain the topic. But that was the time I really, it went out of my mind. I could have cropped, you know, this part here and here, making a bigger portion of the board. But so far it became the most watched video. So I should thank, what should I thank? I should thank the mistake committed? No. I will for sure remake a video on this topic. I can adapt the same content or use a different one. As long as... How many minutes is this? It is 9 minutes, so perhaps I can do another video of this one for 5 minutes. Because once I get monetized, I intend to use or make shorter videos to avoid boredom on the part of the viewers. So 5 minutes perhaps will do. Okay, so do I have to do it like this? Because I need to I'm trying to focus this laptop and now I cannot fit into the screen. I'm being curious about my appearance now. All right, so we are done with the confused words. Sit, and all this. Wow, I lost my channel. Perhaps I have to just go back. I'm running out of battery as well, so anyway, I hope it will still last. And this was a milestone video for having 500 subscribers. You know, if you are a YouTuber, you will really feel proud of yourself and you really feel fulfilled having reached a certain milestone. And from nothing, and if you get 500, then that is really a good thing. So this is why I use this. A journey to 1,000 miles begins with a single step. No, because this is so true. This is so true. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. If I didn't stop from the very first step on this journey, then I would not have been here. It's as if I already achieved something. When I say something, that is, of course, the very goal that I set to. But this is already an achievement. Doing this live itself is an achievement. Because if you do a live from the mobile, that means you are 1,000 subscribers channel. Is that correct? Is that a good phrasal adjective phrase? 1,000 subscribers channel. No, I don't think it's gonna work. You are a channel. you have 1,000 subscribers if you're using the mobile. You can use the laptop using a, you know, an application, but this is kind of a really old model laptop, so it is not giving a good quality video. By now, look at this. See, my color is different. I don't know, maybe it's because of the reflection of the light or what. But if I had been using the laptop, you know, I looked like a robot when I tested. So it's really not a good choice. Okay, so that's a 500 subscribers video. What's next? All right, you know, these idioms, idiomatic expressions. I like the view so much, but the thing is, I did this during I did it in the afternoon, because in the afternoon, where you can see this one, where you can see the Dubai Eye, this Ferris wheel, that is also where the sun is setting. So obviously, if the camera is right here and the sun is right there, then it's against the light. So look at what what happened to my face. Even if it's a HD quality video, see, when the mobile was not facing the sun, it was really a good quality. I regretted, you know, I should have gone there in the morning, because the morning, you know, the sun was over there, opposite of the building. See, now that it's away from the sun, you will see the difference, you know. It is kind of more of a, I'm not using the HD here. I'm only using 360, so we cannot see the good quality. All right. See, this is not it's not against the light, so we can clearly see the. Anyway, I have more upcoming videos highlighting
for today is
highlighting the beautiful sceneries in the Dubai that we have access to. So just tune in. I will be doing some more. I'm just thinking of a good topic to be integrated or to be associated with the view, just like this. I was at the sea. I was near the sea, and I thought of using or discussing. Okay, see this one, discussing. This is the correct pronunciation. It's not discussing. Discussing is the stress. Discussing. The second syllable is where you do the stress. Discussing. So there, I decided to discuss the idioms, idiomatic expressions associated with water or the sea. And honestly, there are a lot of those that I used, that I heard of the first time when I research on this topic. And it was a live, you know, this was a live background, and I was doing the voiceover, and again, I didn't do a good job. My voice really isn't, pleasant. Just like in singing. Anyway, you have to bloom where you are planted. What does it mean? Whatever you have, then make the best out of it. Make the most out of it. Make the best circumstance. Make the best out of any circumstance. What am I saying? Okay. And then did I do the, no. All right, confused, common. Tribute will be on vowel sounds. Why am I going back? All right, diagramming verbals. Diagramming verbals was a long, I think that was the longest so far recorded video that I made. Because this is 5 minutes. Yeah. Diagramming verbals was 15 minutes. Because it was indeed a long topic. I intended that at that time, I intended to just do the diagramming for... No, why did it go back? I intended to just do the diagramming for gerunds and infinitives. But I was thinking, why will I leave out on the participles, where in fact they belong to a category called verbals. There are a lot more. We can do modals, verbal. There are many terms that they're using. Okay, so we just so that we are classifying what we are learning. We know which area, which classification is it, for easier reference. All right. See, that was after, I think, when was this? June 28th. So, after the lockdown was lifted, I went for a haircut. And that was when we had this 1,000, oh, not 1,000, I don't remember really. And a month later, more than a month, then look at my hair. I was doing the discussion. I was doing a lecture with untidy hair. But that's not what I'm going to highlight here. Okay, verbals. Verbals, yeah. I just thought of doing a complete package on this topic. So it became a 15-minute video. But I enjoy doing this a lot. I don't really subscribe to the idea that if you are an engineer, you're unable to teach this. They will require you for a license to do this. This is the new normal. Not the new normal. I don't want to use this term because that is associated with the pandemic, with the COVID-19. This is the new technology. You know, in the old days, you know, the Socrates days, Aristotle, they invented, shall I say they invented? No. They initiated the academe. There's a professor and there are students. So they institutionalized the academe. And then there was a formal schooling. Professor, students, classroom, and that was the norm of education that we had been used to. But with the advent of technology, internet, in particular, you don't need formal learning anymore. I'm telling you, you can be an expert in IT by just Googling, by just using YouTube. You can be an expert in any field of specialization as long as you have the interest and, of course, the basic knowledge. Did it make sense? So there is no, this is what I want to conclude in this, not in this in this lecture, but in this idea. There is no exclusivity, because I see a lot of English teachers and they're doing a vlog content on cooking. there are tourism graduates doing a cooking. So if you apply this principle or this idea, then we should tell them you are not allowed to do a cooking vlog because you are not a culinary arts expert or certified person. So if what someone is saying, so now we go to logic. So because I don't have anything to react on this, so I'm doing a different thing rather. In logic, we have this argumentum ad hominem. Argumentum ad hominem is a fallacy that attacks the person rather than the thought. So you're saying that you will be saying, because fallacies look good, but technically wrong. They appear to be good, but technically wrong. So if someone tells you that you're not, you are not supposed to teach this because you are an engineer or this is not your field of specialization. So you are using that hominem, ad hominem to the person. Why not listen to what he's saying and react if he's saying wrong or correct things? Because the question is maybe you yourself are not aware or are not familiar with what he's saying. So then there goes another fallacy, argumentum ad ignorantiam. There's a fallacy by ignorance. You don't know if it's correct or wrong, so you just say, yeah. So it appears like you're agreeing with this one, but how can you agree to something you do not know? Anyways, it's a multifaceted life. It's a multi-dimensional level. There are many things, that you can do in this single life, in this limited time. All right. So is he finished? Is he finished, this guy? Am I finished with this one? No. I was just starting with the example. This one is for the diagramming itself. I always really admit, I have to confess, that diagramming is the best thing I've ever learned in English. Because that is like, again, that is a technical thing. So I only have 13%. So that means I can only stay for 6 more minutes to finish the 2-hour video. I intended to do a 3-hour video for today. But of course, you guys get tired of listening. And I get tired, my throat is dried out. Peace, love, coffee. I go for peace, I go for love, but not for coffee. I don't drink coffee for whatever reason. I didn't get used to it. When I was young, I used to drink milk. And until now, I just drink milk or chocolate drink, but not coffee. All right. So I think I'll just have to finish one more before this battery runs out. $1,000 Tenesians. Okay. So 2 months after, 2 months after I did the official launching of the channel, I finally had 1,000 subscribers, and it was indeed a moment to celebrate 11%. And that was the time I had a haircut. Look at this one. So I think this is the last thing to react to tonight. And that was the time in the 500 milestone video,
I thought of saying katimek, you know, but that is too Tagalog. And we are doing English. So if we say katimek, just like any other, you know, the other YouTubers, they use terms to address their community members. So they say kabeshi, what do you call, whatever, kabiyahe, and all this. So I thought of saying katimek, but anyway, if this is going to be a center, if this is going to be like an academe, then I might as well use timeshan as a word. So then timeshan was coined on June 30th. When I had this 1,000 subscribers, timeshans were born. And there are more things to be done with TMEC, revisions, reviews, and of course, more or higher quality, better quality videos. So, yeah, I think that time I already explained myself about the passion of English, and that's the reason why I chose the topic or this content for this channel. And it is still a challenge for me, a big challenge to learn. So I need to learn first before anybody else. So this is why I'm again doing this live, to go back to eloquence, to go back to spontaneity, to get back this spontaneity thing. What am I saying? Anyways, I'm thinking in English and talking in English, speaking in English, and that's the way it is. It should be. So I really thank, not just the still, I really thank the 17 Timetians who have been tuned in from first, second, up to the very last second of this live talk show. This is not a lecture. This is not a lecture. This is a talk show by yours truly. And yeah, we finished 2 hours. I finished 2 hours, and wow, that's exciting, you know. That's so interesting. Exactly 2 hours, and my laptop ran out of battery. That's really interesting. So I guess I have to wrap up what I just did. You know, in another video, I will be doing this. Made, do, what are the differences? There are a lot of things to learn and explore. So together, we explore this English skills. And who knows, there's also this hidden skill in you that has just been dormant. And when we do this very often, for example, on a daily basis, then it will be awakened, and you can be a good speaker someday. You might see yourself speaking in front of a big crowd, big audience, delivering a very important message, delivering a very important lecture. And this is my dream for myself and my dream for everyone in the Timetian community. So again, thank you for staying with me, and together we will fulfill the dream that we have for ourselves. Thank you and have a good night. See you in my next video or live lecture or talk show. Good night.